Hello everyone, my name is AADY'S and I am studying in class 5. Today I am going to discuss my presentation on the topic poetry. So without wasting any time, let's start. First of all, we need to know what is poetry. So what is poetry? Poetry is an art that is written or recited by a person in a rhythmical form. According to Wordsworth, that poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. Poetry is born not in the mind but in the heart, overflowing with feelings. So a poem is written using figurative languages. So let's see some of the figurative languages one by one. So the first figurative language is similes. So now let's see what is simile. So similes are the figurative languages which are used to compare things using as or like. For example, Rohan is as clever as a fox. So now let's have a short example of similes. I am as quick as a cheetah. My eyes are as blue as the ocean. My ears can hear like a rabbit. My brain is as smart as a scientist. My nose can smell like a bird. My heart is as big as an elephant. So the next figurative language is hyperbole. So now let's see what is hyperbole. Hyperbole is a figurative language which is used in a poem to exaggerate statements. So here is a short example of hyperbole. The voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. So this was a short example of hyperbole. So the next figurative language is metaphor. So now let's see what is a metaphor. A metaphor is a figurative language which is used in a poem to directly compare one thing to another. So here is a short example of metaphor. This is the topic of a poison tree which is written by William Blake. So the poem is, I watered it in fears, a night and morning with my tears. I sunned it with smiles. So this was a short poem of metaphor. So now the question is how to write a poem. So now let's see the steps to write a poem. So the steps are, first you have to think of any topic you like. After you think of a topic, then you have to think something about the topic and write it down. Then use figurative languages and you should express them in rough. After expressing them in rough, you have to edit it to make a poem. Then only you can make a poem. And after editing, you can express it and write it in the form of a poem. And after that, your poem is ready. So these were the steps to write a poem. According to these steps, I have wrote my own poem. And so now let's see my own poem. So ready to read? Let's recite it. So my poem is on the topic chocolates. So now let's recite the poem Chocolates, which is written by me. Sometimes as dark as a coal, sometimes white like teeth. They're all chocolatey and yummy indeed. All children like that. Yummy for me too. If the classroom will be a fish market, then all students will take and say Yahoo! Yes, that's chocolates. Funnier and yummier. They make our days and nights dark and bright. Thank you.